Hurry up! Where is your emergency? Hurry up! Downstairs, 7,000 with my husband that took my baby. He has a gun. He's loaded. He took the baby. He's trying to kill him. He's shooting fire. He's shooting the internet. Hurry up! He's trying to shoot. He's trying to kill people.
All right, y'all. We are addressing this one video here. This is a recent shooting. Actually, it's dated from January 9th. It's a shooting that took place in Phoenix with the Phoenix Police Department. Here's the information. January 9th, suspect Paul Bolden, age 37. He was in possession of a knife. Actually, was he in possession of a gun also? I think it was
Is this the one with the child?
Yeah.
Oh, he had a gun.
Yeah.
He probably had a knife too.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is it. We're going to get this video going here. I think this would be a good one to show our audience.
It's simple. There are incidents that occur where the police need the proper weaponry to respond to certain incidents.
Right.
This one has a baby. He's a hostage. He's got a gun. He's shooting at people. He may kill this child. He's putting it in extreme peril. Police respond.
I don't want to give it all away, but I want people to think about this. For those of you out there who buy into the concept of the whole demilitarize the police, watch this video and share your thoughts below as you watch this video, so we can actually have a discussion with you guys. And we're gonna let it play, and then Ray and I will comment.
We've got an irate guest of another guest here.
Whoops.
Running around with a gun here. We need somebody. He's beating up on his old lady.
The second 911 call was from a woman who reported her husband had taken her baby and was shooting a gun.
Hurry up! Where is your emergency? Hurry up! Downstairs, 7,000 with my husband that took my baby. He has a gun. He's loaded. He took the baby. He's trying to kill him. He's shooting fire. He's shooting the internet. Hurry up! He's trying to shoot. He's trying to kill people. He's up there in Avenue. He's just sitting down up there. He's shooting fast. He got my gun. He's so much fun.
Phoenix 911, what is the address of your emergency?
I'm on 7th Avenue and Grand McDonald's in the drive-thru. There's this black man that stopped a white car and has a gun and he has a baby in his arms.
Okay, is he pointing the gun at somebody?
Yes, he's pointing at the gun at some. I guess somebody's in the white car. He stopped the white car in the street and he has a baby in his arms and he has a gun.
You're in the drive-thru. He's standing outside of a car, holding a baby and pointing the gun at somebody.
Yes, he is shooting. He's shooting right now.
Officers arrived within a minute of the 911 calls and saw the suspect armed and shooting a gun. He was holding the baby. Officers told the suspect to drop the gun and he refused.
Gun! Oh, hey! Drop the gun! Drop the gun, dude! By the way, he has a kid hostage right now. He has a gun. He has made one gunshot already. We need more units. Block off all traffic. Gonna blackmail with a child. Dude, put the kid down, man! Stop!
2 other officers arrived to help.
Hold on, I want to comment right here real quick, Ray. Now you hear MAGA chills watching this video, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just chilling. But knowing the details of this call, you hear the officer still that the guy had the child, he's shooting people. The mom is panicking, and rightfully so, as she's calling 911. And the officer and the guy's shooting in various directions, and the officer is still trying to get the guy to comply. These are just moments, man, that I really wish the public would see more often. That they would see cops gonna go out there with the mindset that they want to just run and gun and shoot and kill people. 99.9% of the time, they have no other choice but to do what they do, but to shoot with the attempt to stop the threat. And yes, unfortunately, many times it takes the life of the suspect. But the vast majority of the time, the officer's hand is forced and he has no other choice. And I want people to hear this. And I want people, you can hear in the officer's voice, like, dude, stop. Put the gun down. Let the baby go. Put the baby down. He's trying to get this guy to comply so he doesn't have to shoot him. I don't know if you want to comment on that, bro.
He's pleading with the suspect to stop. He's even fired. He's fired the gun several times.
Right.
This is a perfect example when we need certain tools to stop an incident. And this is the prime example. It doesn't get any better than this. He's a child in his hand and he's shooting at people.
Right. Let's continue. It's almost over here.
Yeah.
He's got the gun, man. He's got the kid.
An officer armed with a city-issued rifle shot at the suspect when he saw the suspect point the gun at the baby and others. The view of the officer's camera is obstructed due to the door frame.
Hold on, let me back that up here real quick. I want people to see. Let me back up. I want people to see what the officer had in his hand. There's a good distance right there between the officers and the suspect. Now, what tools should they use? Should they stick with their handgun with iron sights, most likely? Or with this weapon here, and what also we have going on? What is the suspect doing? He's holding the child. He's holding the child in his hand. So this would necessitate a precision shot, a very accurate, precise shot. I don't even know if I'd be confident enough to take that shot. And I think I'm a pretty good shot. But knowing the potential danger, holding the child, I don't know if I would have done that. But this is the type of situations that cops find themselves in too often. And man, I'm glad Ray brought this up, man. He wanted to make sure we showed this video because we want you guys to see what the decision making, the stressful situations, the dangerous and high risk environments and incidents that officers often find themselves in. Ask yourself this: what would you do? What would you do? And once again, like Ray said, certain tools that are unpopular nowadays, sometimes they're very necessary.
Gotta have it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
The baby and others. The view of the officer's camera is obstructed due to the door frame. The suspect was injured, and officers immediately ran to the baby and the driver of the white vehicle to move them to safety.
Nice.
Hi, buddy. You okay? I gotta show that again, man.
Suspect was injured, and officers immediately ran to the baby.
Okay, look at the distance for one.
That's a good
50, 50 yards, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we're guessing because it takes them a little bit to get there. 40, 50, I don't know.
And the driver of the white vehicle to move them to safety.
Yeah, you might be right, closer to 30 or so. But that's a good distance right there. And you want to take, so you're talking about probably, if it's 30 yards, you're talking about 90 feet. The suspect is holding a child. That's not a shot you want to take with a handgun. You want to take as the most precise shot you can take.
It appeared when they got there that the suspect was laid out. So I think he was maybe breathing, but he probably had a good headshot or a chest shot. Yeah. So you look at the rifle. It's got sights. Probably got the red dot, magnifier, everything that's necessary, and that probably saved that child's life and probably some other people that were victimized by his gunshots.
Crazy, man. Let me show it one more time. Let it run. Now listen to the officer. Just listen to him. I want y'all to really let this sink in. Just listen to his concern and his mindset.
Come on. I got kid. Hi, buddy. You okay? Hi, buddy. I know.
Man, I get a little emotional watching that, honestly, man, because go ahead, bro.
I'll tell you what.
I've been talking enough over here.
Number one, hats off to Phoenix PD,
Amen.
that officer, the way they worked that, heroic. They put themselves in a position. Had he missed that shot, maybe hit the kid. I mean, there was just so much peril, so much uncertainty. That was an amazing response. That
Absolutely.
was the perfect response to that incident. And that suspect appeared. He was unconscious. I don't know if it was a headshot or a chest shot, thoracic cavity, but it looked like it did the job. It did do the job. It didn't look like it. It did it.
Yeah, put him down. I don't know if he died. That we can look at it. I don't know if the suspect was dead.
I think he
or not.
did. I think if you let the.
But man, But going back to what you've been saying, man, that all this. There's such a radical and rampant push at demilitarizing the police, and police don't need these ARs, and they don't need these armored vehicles and this massive body armor. People have a short attention span and short memory. People don't think about, like, I like to reference when I hear people say that, I like to bring up the North Hollywood bank robbery. Right. I like to bring up the Post nightclub shooting. Just two simple, quote unquote, incidents where you had multiple suspects, especially with the North Hollywood bank robbery, where you had two men who pretty much held all of LAPD to a standstill because they
came with the rifles.
Exactly. Until they came with the proper equipment. People forget we're in a post 9/11 age and era where terrorism is real, where the bad guys aren't abiding by the laws and just carrying around handguns or pocket knives. Bad guys have high-tech weaponry that they get from the black market, and they're not going to cooperate. And they have, some of them have armor-piercing rounds, and officers need the ballistic protection. They need all the protection that they need. There was a shooting here a few years ago. I had a guy, it was before I came out to the streets, I had a buddy of mine who told me about it. He said there was a time he was in a shooting and he was pinned down. And I'm not sure if it was SWAT or the search and rescue had to drive their Bearcat armored vehicle up in order for them to be able to get inside and get away, because there was a guy who was above them who was shooting down. And he said there was no way they could have gotten out.
That was in Northeast. I remember that shooting.
Yeah, and
the officers were trapped.
Right. So
suspect had a handgun.
Right, and he probably had but it's just a positioning. It's not even the weaponry at the time. It's where the officers were in correlation to the suspect. And why not have the tactical advantage? It may look intimidating, but there's sometimes looking intimidating is a good thing. If you're going to get the bad guy to comply, intimidating is a good thing.
We can go on and on. October 1.
Right.
It's school shootings, active shooter. We have active shooters like every other week. We need to have those things. We don't want to overuse them. We don't want to misuse them.
Right.
But every time they come out, they're pretty much for the right reason. Absolutely. And in this video we just saw, that child would have been dead, or other innocent people would have been dead had they not done that. So for those of you or the naysayers say, let's get rid of rifles, maybe a social worker could have handled that call pretty well. They go, oh, please stop. Sir, can you put that gun down? I mean,
what's bothering you, sir? Can we help you? We can
can I talk to you? Can I, and where we going? Listen, we live in a warrior culture. People want to hurt people, and we got to stop. We got to stop. Right, that was so well. That was beautiful. That was amazing. I commend those cops. Unbelievable. They should get Medal of Valor and go to Washington, D.C., but they won't do that.
But you know what? But right now, something like that, it may get circulated amongst people like us, like, former cops, and I'm thankful for the people out there who appreciate us, regardless of what their political perspective. I know there are many people on all sides who appreciate the job that cops do. And I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm no longer doing it. Ray's still out there. But man, it still warms my heart to know that there are a lot of people out there that understand the good that cops do. And so if you guys can share this video with other people, so share them with your friends and family who happen to think that cops need to be quote unquote demilitarized, or who's always saying something negative about what police do. Show them this video, because man, unless you are a robot, there's no way you can watch this video and not be moved. I know it moved me, and just the emotion and the compassion he had for that little kid. The little child looked like a little black child, and that was a white officer. And from what I could see, he didn't give a crap about his own safety. He didn't care about his own safety. The other officers were like, wait, because they probably were trying to form a tactical plan, take a shield, and a ballistic shield, and go up there. But he was like,
get the kid.
F that, get the kid, get the kid. His only concern was that little boy. It was that little boy.
And you had to risk your life to do that.
Right.
And he had the semblance of mind to get there. And they got there. It appeared that the suspect was mortally wounded. It appeared that way. But he wasn't moving. But it just doesn't get any better than that. They should play that. All the news media outlets should play that. Say, you know what? Look what a great job these officers did.
Absolutely.
For saving this child's life.
Man. Any last comments you want to make, brother?
Man, support your police, man, and your military. We're in some tough times, and we want to do the right thing all the time. And as Eric had said, 99.9% of the time when we have to use force, our hand was pushed to do it, to respond. We have to. If we don't, then we have chaos, and people do whatever they want. So there's law and order, and you got to follow, and you got to comply, and there won't be any use of force. I mean, simple as that. Had this suspect put the gun down when the officer told him to do it and put the baby down, he'd be alive today.
Right.
He'd be alive.
Right. No shootings. None of that would have been necessary. I don't know what took place between him and the mom, and honestly, I don't care.
It's domestic.
Because it wasn't necessary to escalate to that point. It wasn't necessary.
Well,
unless
we
you're
know
violent,
those are the most dangerous calls.
No question. But I'm talking about him grabbing the kid with a gun and run. You want to get killed. You're asking to get shot. Maybe that was his intent. Maybe that was his mindset. Maybe he wanted to suicide by cop. Who knows? But he clearly didn't put his own safety in consideration, and definitely didn't put his child. I think it was his own child.
Well, even if he's mentally altered, he knows what he's getting into. He knows he ain't winning that fight.
True.
The greatest loss of life obviously would have been the child, and so that took precedence. And I'm just amazed by that response.
Me too, man. I'd love to meet those guys, man, and just give them the props and respect that they did, that they deserve. Actually, I'm gonna try to do some research and see if I can find something.
That would be great.
It'd be cool if we could actually talk to them. I mean, I know probably right now wouldn't be a good time because it's still under investigation and whatnot. But I would love the opportunity to be able to talk to those guys. I got a couple of homies, I got a couple of buddies out there who are Phoenix PD, and I know you guys watch some of my content. So, man, if you guys can maybe talk to them, and maybe we can schedule something down the road, because I think this one here is pretty cut and dry. I don't think this one will be long and drawn out.
And they're patrol guys.
Right.
You can find them.
Right. And so if you guys can set something up, we would love an opportunity to talk to those guys, especially the shooter, because that was some good shooting. I can almost guarantee either he's some SWAT, or maybe he was just a good old boy raised raised hunting, or maybe he was a soldier. I don't know. But, man, that's confidence in your shot under the most stressful situation. Can you think of any more stressful situation you could possibly be in? Like, seriously.
No, I mean, that's top. That's 100% stress.
I think every officer fears that call right there. I think to some degree, every officer fears that call.
Imagine they had no rifle. And you can see the guy with the handgun, he's holding back because he doesn't want to incite or get the child hurt. Right. So he's in a position where he has to take shots. He can't shoot back. It's a tough place to be, man.
Yeah,
tough place to be.
Absolutely. Man. Hey, I want to thank y'all for watching, checking out this video. Make sure you comment below, hit that like and subscribe button, and please share this content We
Please.
truly want to impact the culture. We want to change mindsets when it comes to police. We are honest and open enough to critique cops negatively when necessary, but of course we only do that. We primarily do that when we understand that it'll be for the betterment of all involved, for the citizen and for law enforcement in general. So please share our content. In the meantime, y'all know the routine. Stay safe, God bless, and make sure you join the conversation. We're out.
Great job.